So, assalamu alaikum. It's a privilege to be here. Once again, we're Onqoud. We're a collective of 3 people: Yusuf, الشيخ, درويش, and myself, Maryam Hamid-Din.
Thank you.
We want to start off this talk with gratitude. We're so thankful for Nuqat, for allowing us to be here, for providing this platform for creative people to share their knowledge, to expand their networks, and inshallah to collaborate in the near future. In our careers as creatives, and in general, our careers, we never get to have a chance to reflect. You know, it's very fast-paced, and we never really get to see how we've evolved and grown as people. And Nuqat, by allowing us to be here, has given us the opportunity to kind of reflect through our journey and see how far we've come along. So today in our talk, basically what we're going to do is we're going to share with you our humble beginnings, our personal story, our first experiences with collaboration, how we emerged from our comfort zones, and how it evolved into where we are today. We're going to start off with Yusuf al-Sheikh's personal story. So go ahead, Yusuf.
Okay. Hello, Allah. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you today about collaboration and how I personally got into the whole thing. But first, I want to thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here. This is really amazing. So first thing is, 10 years ago, I was a student of architecture studying at KFUPM in Saudi. And our very first design exercise at KFUPM was a collaborative project. They brought together groups, 4 people, 4 designers, or 4 students of architecture in every group, go and design something amazing. And it was really something awesome, because up until that point, up until before I got into university, is it a bit echoey? You guys okay? Can you hear okay? Yeah? Okay. So up until I got into university, I was spending a lot of time experimenting with design and arts and creativity and programming and games development and all sorts of things. And this was like my first experience in actually putting it out there in a group. And suddenly I felt like everything I'd done to that point was very valuable. And so we loved that project. We did that. It was amazing. And I said, you know what? Collaboration is amazing. I want to keep doing this. So I started doing this in all my projects during my 5 years at university. I'd go and help others, and I'd ask others to come and help me and stuff. And that was really great. And we kept doing that for a while until we realized, a bunch of students and myself, why don't we formalize this? Why don't we turn this into a thing? Not just something personal for me and Abdulaziz and Ahmed and whatever. No, something for everyone. So this is when we created something called ويديرها, share it in Arabic, basically. And it was all about sharing our passion for architecture and design and arts and our knowledge and experience and stuff. So we would come together and... Should I ارفع المايك? Sorry. كذا? Is that better? Okay. So we meet almost weekly. This is at the actual university, and create stuff and learn and teach each other. And it was a really amazing experience, and it lasted for quite a while. At that point, obviously, we were also doing architecture and stuff. I graduated. The other co-founders graduated and stuff. And fast forward a couple of years down the line, we discovered that a new group of co-founders came together, and we recreated ويديرها, basically gave life to ويديرها again. And it was amazing, because it's not just about creating something, but it's also about giving it to others, give them the ownership, go do it, make it. And they did it even better than we did it, and that was really amazing. So the next lesson I learned was, while I was also doing all that stuff at university, I wanted to do more collaboration. So I started collaborating online, and this was one of the first collaborations I did, and it was on Facebook. So it was this project where everyone was invited to come and help write the story and illustrate the characters and stuff, and it was really amazing. But the most interesting part was the people. Collaborators are very interesting people. You want to meet interesting people, go find collaborators. And guess what? I met my co-founder at Onqoud, Dرويش, and my future wife-to-be, inshallah. I love this girl. Amazing, interesting person. So the point is, you will collaborate, it will change your life. My life is changed for the best forever now because of that collaboration. So I continued to collaborate, and now I did it with students and other people who were not just online, but face-to-face. So I got into arts and photography and stuff, and I collaborated with other people who are interested. And the thing is, when you collaborate with people, it makes you push yourself out of your comfort zone. You want to do amazing things. You want to do something new. You don't want to do something that has been done. You're a group, you're 4 or 5 people. You want to do something amazing. So it really pushes you out of your comfort zone. And it's something you need to embrace, you know, being out of your comfort zone. So I did that for a while, graduated, and went to be an architect, worked as an architect for 4 years, ran an architectural company. It was amazing because it was time for me a bit to focus on myself as well. So no more of the group and the people around me and stuff. But I did that for a while, focused on my personal art, developed myself as an artist and designer, exhibited locally and abroad, was invited to the amazing initiative Edge of Arabia, exhibited with them in Istanbul, which is an amazing experience and highly motivating. And I just realized, you know what, yes, I like to evolve as a person, I like to focus on myself, but what I also like to do is help inspire others. And at this stage, I had the realization, and this is my motto, this is my philosophy today, evolve and inspire. And if anyone asks me one piece of advice about anything, evolve and inspire. Focus inwardly, fix yourself, become a better person, a better creative, a better everything, and then try to give that to others, try to inspire others and motivate others. And that's just an amazing thing. So, Mariam? Okay, hand you over to Mariam. Yeah, it's you click على اليمين وعلى اليسار.
Is it on? Okay, awesome. So I think it's really important to share the beginning of our stories. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people who are here because they want to try to find inspiration to kind of put themselves out there and collaborate. And I'm sure a lot of you are going to be able to relate. I'm actually an introvert. I'm not sure a lot of people know this about me from my friends in Jeddah. They actually think I'm very outgoing and an extrovert, but I'm actually an introvert, and I always thought this about myself. I was living in the comfort zone most of the time. I always had a desire to do something, but I always convinced myself that I wasn't able to do that. It wasn't me. It was everyone else that was an initiator, and it just wasn't, I wasn't the kind of person who can do that. How do I click? Okay.
The other way.
Wait, sorry. Evolve and inspire is a good one, but yeah, that's his lesson. So yeah, don't stereotype yourself. We spend so much time saying, you know, don't stereotype others, don't judge others. But one thing that we do, and is very damaging and paralyzing to ourselves, is we actually stereotype ourselves. So I think this is a very important lesson that I learned about myself. Don't stereotype yourself. You know, go out there, try something new, experiment, and see where it takes you. A lot of times it'll take you somewhere amazing. So in the summer of 2011, this was actually my first experience with collaboration, or, you know, seeing collaboration, witnessing collaboration. And it was in Cairo. I attended my first ever open mic event. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with open mic events, but basically what people do is they gather together people of, you know, different backgrounds, different experiences, and they have the opportunity to express themselves in any way they like. You know, whether it's poetry, whether it's comedy, whether it's a story, and what's going on? Is everything okay? Oh, okay. Okay, sorry, I got slightly distracted. And basically, you know, all these people are sharing this knowledge and sharing these things, and you're there listening, and you're gaining all these feelings, gaining all this knowledge. There's no judgment, there's no hierarchy. Everyone's, you know, collaborating with their heart and mind, and it was absolutely beautiful. I was like on a high for days after that. I'm like, everyone needs to experience this. You know, this could actually bring peace. You know, people coming together and expressing themselves that way. And so when I went back to Jeddah, you know, being in my comfort zone and all that, it was very hard for me to kind of go out there and do this. So I spoke to a friend, Abdullah al-Qurashi, and squeak! I don't know if he's going to be watching this. So I told him about the idea. I'm like, hey, I experienced this. I feel like everyone needs to experience this. I have no idea how to start. You know, what do I do? And he's a very supportive person. People here, there's a few people here that know Abdul Qurashi. He's an enabler. You tell him something, he'll say, yes, let's try this, let's do this. You know, and he gave me the boost to be able to do that. So I spoke to him about the idea. He connected me with Ahmed Sami Angawi. I'm sure a lot of you people here know him. He's a pioneer in the Jeddah community, amazing person. So we joined forces, we got together. Within a month's time, we had the first ever Jeddah open mic. And everything is possible. You know, that's what I realized. You know, you step out of your comfort zone, you reach out to someone that's supportive, and it'll happen. Everything is possible. So from there, everyone got together, everyone had something to say, everyone felt like they belonged. It was a community, it was a family. So one of the things that we did, which was really fun and exciting, is we got a camera and we got everyone to be a photographer for the day. So the camera was being passed around and everyone was able to take pictures from their own angle, because we wanted everyone to feel like they belong and they were part of this. And these are a few of the photos. The first photo is from Basma Filimban, who's also an artist in Jeddah. And the second one, I'm not entirely sure who it's by, but I actually love this photo. It was in the middle of a meditation that someone was giving, a group meditation, and everyone was kind of laughing and having a good time. So finally, like what I want you guys to do, whoever is having this issue with trying to go out there and collaborate, is truly, I know this is a cliche, but life begins at the end of your comfort zone. I stepped out of my comfort zone, I reached out, and here I am today, you know? Like, I'm still an introvert, I'm still all that, but like things happen. And from there, I have a few pictures here. Big House was actually in one of these things. We did the first ever play in Jeddah, a large-scale play called One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This was made possible through collaboration, through stepping out of our comfort zone. Collaborated with Salim Bajned to do a barter market. And it's just endless, and it's just infinite possibilities.
Very nice. I have a mic. Yes, is it working? Thank you. Hello everyone, thank you so much, Mariam. That was a very inspiring story. I'm very happy to be here. Alhamdulillah, it's a very wonderful opportunity. And does anyone here believe in energy? Yes? Very nice. Okay. I want to give you a quick test. It's a quick collaboration. Let's make the energy here super positive, collaboratively. Okay? Let's collaboratively smile until the end of the conference, because this is about collaboration, and collaboration changes your life. It has changed ours. So I want you to keep this in the back of your mind, to keep smiling until your face hurts. I will give you candy, anything, just trust me. Yeah, and stickers, yeah. We have some nice stickers. So keep that in mind. I love that I'm already feeling better. Aren't you feeling better? So much better. So quickly, just صحصحوا شوية, applause one more time, and smiling. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Awesome, okay. طيب. So, Suraya, what's up with her? Okay, طيب. So, I was a graphic design major in Jeddah, Dar al-Hikmah College. I don't know if anyone's here. Okay, awesome, awesome. And Miss Cordula is here. Where is she? Are you hiding, Miss Cordula? Yes. Yes. And?
The Dean of the Graphic Design Department.
Yes. Awesome. So very nice to have these people all the way from Jeddah. And basically I was a graphic design major in Dar al-Hikmah University. And Dar al-Hikmah teaches you that you have to volunteer. It's mandatory to complete certain community service hours. And I volunteered at different things and so on, but I didn't really find my calling until maybe the 4th year in college. I realized that, you know what, I'm a social person. I want to work towards social causes. I want to use my creative skills for a social cause. So how can I do that? And alhamdulillah, I realized that in the first event we had after graduation, it was a collaboration between myself and friends, and it was called Art Auction for Humanity. And it was the first art auction in Jeddah where the proceeds went to الأطفال النقطاء, basically orphans. You're not sure about the origin of their parents. So basically it was a very controversial cause, and we still went ahead with the event, and it was a very nice collaborative effort. And we learned a lot from it as a first experience, and it opened so many doors. But the most important lesson to take from this is that we're talking about energy, right? And energy, souls, right? So you need to make sure you collaborate with people whose work is a mirror of their soul. So when you look at their projects, you look at their work, you see their soul. Soul Abu Kalb, we don't want. We want soul Mia Mia. Okay? Simply put. Okay. Okay, so alhamdulillah, this event, as I mentioned, opened the doors to more events and more initiatives. And one of them was a breast cancer, a music video for a rap group in Jeddah that did a song on breast cancer awareness, and many, many more. And I learned that if you reach out, these people become your friends. The closeness, everything, the exchange of energies and opening up to people, letting them in, they become your friends, and they will be in your collaborations in the future. And as I was documenting all of these projects on my blog, I realized that people are eager to comment. They're like, you know, this is very exciting, we love that this is happening in Jeddah, da, 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 da. But this is all happening online. You guys are talking to me through this web that's not physical, and I want to meet you in person. How can we make that happen? So why isn't there a physical platform? And being the stubborn person that I am, I don't wait for things to happen, I make them happen. So that's how Casual Art Talk started. So Casual Art Talk is a casual platform for people to get together and casually discuss the local art scene. And alhamdulillah, Casual Art Talk, I started it. I wasn't sure how people would react, but they were very eager to actually be part of it. And it was by itself a catalyst for a next initiative that is Saudi Art Guide. Anybody heard of it? Thank you. Yes. So Saudi Art Guide is an initiative that I co-founded with Adnan Manjel and Ziyad Al Sayed. And Saudi Art Guide was born from actually a complaint. I'll be completely honest. Everybody was complaining that we don't know about the events in Saudi Arabia. We don't have a directory. We don't know how to find galleries, etc., etc., etc. So people, let's find a solution. And that's how we collaboratively found a solution, and that is Saudi Art Guide. And the whole thing was a collaborative effort, the branding, collecting the data. I mean, collecting data in Saudi Arabia and galleries, yani, that's, alhamdulillah, anyways. So, so Saudi Art Guide was a really great example of how if you choose the right people, you'll have a tremendous ripple effect. You'll tell it right away. And Saudi Art Guide has over 10,000 followers today, and it's a great example of how influential it is and how more people are documenting the art scene and eager to share what's happening in the art scene. And alhamdulillah, I'm very thankful for that, because it helped me meet more people, and these people want to make Saudi Arabia a better place for generations to come.
So we've all had like a lot of different experiences, and we were all in different cities, but what brought us together and kept us together is our passion to learn, create, and share. With the conception of Onqoud, our horizons expanded, thanks to Threya's stubbornness that she talked about earlier, where she doesn't want to wait for things to happen and make them happen. This is where the conception of Onqoud happened, and Surya is going to talk to you about it a little more.
Okay, oh, I forgot. Okay, it's me again. Is it me again, or is it really? Okay, wow, okay, I'm back. Okay, طيب. So yes, as Maryam very nicely put, that I'm stubborn. So I was born and raised in Saudi Arabia for 26 years. I never left, I never wanted to leave. And basically what happens is that my nationality is Egyptian. So I do visit Egypt every once in a while, and when I went to Egypt, I discovered a place called Sa'it al-Sawi Culture Wheel, and it is beautiful, it's very inspiring, it's just inspiration, inspiration, inspiration. And every time I attended a lecture, every time I found out about a workshop, etc., I thought, why isn't this happening in Saudi Arabia? Why don't we have a place like that? And why, and why, and why? So I went back to Jeddah, and I thought, you know, this is something I'm going to do in 10 years, and I don't have the money to do that. So I joined, a company, had a full-time job, etc. And the idea was still in the back of my mind. And it hit me one day when I saw an announcement for, if you've heard of King Abdullah University for Science of Technology, they were starting a venture lab program. And a venture, basically, it's like startups, basically, where people with ideas can develop them in this venture lab. And they helped us do that in 3 months. So I applied and said, why not? Okay, let's see what happens. And next thing you know, we were in venture lab. And we were in the finalists, alhamdulillah. And we were presenting to a panel of investors. And they were all technology people. They wanted apps, they wanted websites, Okay, how are you going to make this digital, etc. I'm not interested in digital. So, but we still went on and talked and talked and talked. And the more we talked and shared our idea, the more they were actually convinced that this is something that needs to happen. They saw our passion. So the lesson to take from this is that even if you have really, left, someone here doesn't like left and right brain. Okay, I take that back, okay. Okay, if you are in a room full of scientists, okay, and you're talking about creativity and art and whatever, how can you imagine that they're going to convert to being art lovers? What are the odds? So it did happen at that showcase, at that startup showcase. And when you share your ideas, you can make them happen. Don't just hold on to your ideas, share them. Excuse me. And what was very nice about Venture Lab is that we met really interesting people. Maryam joined the team, Yusuf joined the team, but I knew him already through our previous collaboration. I knew Maryam through college. And we met 2 other people who had marketing backgrounds, graphic design backgrounds. So it's all about what each person brings to the table. It's not about what you bring to the table. Each person has something to bring to the table. And you would think that maybe we won something at Venture Lab, but no, we did not. But alhamdulillah, that did not stop us. We believe that this idea can grow and we should not stop here. We need to move forward. So exactly 1 month after Venture Lab, we made sure we had a workshop. We already had a very beautiful support system. You see in this picture there's Najd al-Bassam, who's a very, very beautiful person, very kind person, very talented. And it was the first time for her to give a workshop ever. And she chose to do it with Onqoud. And it is that support system that you need to have when you want to collaborate. Okay.
My mic on? Yeah? Is it on? Okay. Okay, so as we started Onqoud, one of the things obviously we were very passionate about, which is obvious from our slides, is collaboration. So we wanted to bring together a bunch of Saudi-based, Riyadh-based specifically, artists and creatives, and try to create some sort of artist collective, so a group. And this is where the idea behind Project Hawas happened. So we worked hand in hand with Shadows International from Riyadh, and we started bringing people in, people from our own networks, artists that we know, people who are not necessarily collaborators, people who look at themselves as solo artists, or even some of the people we brought in didn't even look at themselves as artists or as creatives or people who make stuff. So, and we realized very quickly that they got very excited and suddenly realized that, yeah, actually I want to be a collaborator. Everyone can be a collaborator, and that was the lesson from that. You should always encourage everyone to be a collaborator. Take no exceptions. For instance, some of the people we had in the group were like doctors and like business people, and they're like, I can play oud, can I use it? And they're like, yes! And they did amazing things. So no such thing as I cannot be a collaborator. So moving on, this group kept growing and growing and growing. It was like 4 and then 5 and then 20, and then we had volunteers, about 50, maybe it's about 100 people were collaborating together, and it was really beautiful, the fact that every single person of them came from a completely different background. So you had the traditional artist, you had the businessman, you had the musician, you had the X, Y, and Z. And it was great that we disagreed about things. We had different perspectives. We looked at things completely different. But that was an amazing thing, because diversity is something that should be embraced. Everyone should feel like they can bring something to the table. And once you make that very clear to everyone in your collaboration, that your opinion and your skill and your knowledge, all of it is valid, all of it is important, then you have like a real strong group. So, and this leads us to the next lesson, which is everyone has has to become a leader. A collaboration should have a leader, but a leader is not a person. Every single collaborator is a leader. And when I say leader, what I mean is someone who always brings out the best in others. So I disagree with you, but I think you're awesome in that point. And I think this is really great, but I think you should do that. But also, that's really good about this and that. You always make people feel like they're really, really good, you know, and always bringing the best out of them. Not sitting there and focusing about the me. I am such a great, awesome artist, and look at me and stuff. And no, I think you don't know anything because you're new in this. No, it's all about empowering. And every single one of you can be that leader, and they can empower the others. And that, if there is one single piece of advice of all of the slides, well, I think we've got about 35 lessons. If there is one lesson to me personally that I think every single collaborator has to keep in mind, is that. You can disagree about schedules, you can disagree about concept, you can disagree about whatever you want. But if everyone is a leader and everyone tries their best to bring out the best in everyone else, then you have a true collaboration. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And this was very obvious because we came together. Yes, it took a while. It was the incubation period for Project House was about 9 months. We were collaborating and creating and doing interesting things until we got an opportunity by Bahrain International Design Week, and this was in 2013. And the beauty of this is we had a huge team. It was about 14 to 16 people at that time, and we had this complicated concept. We had to develop something very quickly within 7 days, test it out, build it in Riyadh. And we're talking about something huge, 15 meters by 4 meters by 5 meters. That's like 3 buses stacked on top of each other. And we had to do that in a week, come up with the concept, build it in Riyadh, prototype it, make sure it's awesome, and then move it to Bahrain. So what we realized is for collaborations to happen, the more complicated the team, so the bigger the team, the more complicated the concept of the project or whatever it is, the simpler the process has to be, and the shorter the time has to be. So if you're just 2 people collaborating, you can work on it for a year, it doesn't matter, and the process can be as convoluted and complicated as you want. But when you're 20 people, it has to be very straightforward, and the time has to be very short. The more time there is, the more people are going to be having other attachments and other things that will not be able to deliver. So we worked together. Within a week, we created Scala, which is this amazing experience installation, and it had this explosion of like wood and metal, about 400 pieces, and in the center of this thing, which you can walk into, there's this projection of like a very interesting film. So the whole thing came together because of that, because we created a very simple process. Okay, that's staged.
I think a lot of amazing things happened in Riyadh, and we had a great group of people in Riyadh that made everything possible, and these are the artists in Riyadh. They believed in themselves and we believed in them. Huh?
10 minutes.
Okay, what do you mean 10 minutes?
Like
10 minutes. Gone already?
No, go.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Right. So basically, yes, the artists in Riyadh, they're awesome, aren't they? So Unstitched was basically our first event ever. And it was basically an opportunity that came to us when we were just 6 months old. And it was an opportunity for us to curate a contemporary art exhibition. And it was our first time putting our skills to the test of creating the development and management. And I think what was the most beautiful thing about this event is that, am I holding it upside down? Okay, we had workshops, we had art talks, etc. And what was even better than, as much as the artwork was amazing, but also the feedback of the audience, people who attended, it was so amazing that, Amira Al-Tawil sat down and she painted in her abaya, she had no problem. People painting in their thobs, adi. Everybody was just opening up to this idea of being artistic, being creative. And it was this feedback that told us that, you know what? There has to be a catalyst for change. There has to be a creative catalyst. And you must collaborate with a catalyst. That catalyst can be individual, whether it's a fine artist, whether it's a musician, whatever it can be. As Yusuf said, in Project House, you have a diversity, amazing diversity of people, and they're all catalysts. And one more thing to take from this event is that it was a collaboration with Lumar. Lumar, it was a local soap brand, and they had a great vision for the art scene in Saudi Arabia, and we partnered with them, and because we trusted each other, it's a growing partnership. So it's always important that you collaborate with people and you put trust in them so that you can have a growing partnership. You need to grow together. It's a win-win situation. Sorry, I keep giving her the wrong thing.
So Muhatta is a very special event to us. A lot of people said that it wouldn't be possible. It was an outdoor creative fair. It's kind of like the outdoors area in, that Nuqat has over here, but with more art events going on. One thing that's really important to remember is to trust the process. A lot of times when you're working on a really big project, you kind of get carried away and you're like, is this going to be possible? How are we going to do this? But when you collaborate and your purpose is very clear and everyone has a clear task, everyone's putting themselves into it, you will get there. It doesn't take one giant step, it takes a lot of little steps. And I think Nuqat is a very good example of that. They had a lot of people working on it, a lot of dedicated people, and look where we are today. Look how organized it is, look how amazing it is. Let go, get in touch with your inner child and have fun. I think this is a very important point for all of us, whether you're creative or whether you're not creative. A lot of times we get carried away with our careers, with being organized, with being punctual, with being too controlly. Sometimes just let go, have fun, paint. Over here we have I don't know, that looks like child abuse right there, but basically they're painting on the kid, and people coming together, be inclusive. Beautiful things come from that. That's where creativity really comes along, when you just let go. Pass the torch of believing. I think this is something that we learned from Muhatta that was really important to us. A lot of the people that were giving workshops, that were exhibiting their work, were first-timers. And because we passed on that torch of believing, I believe in you, yes you can, everyone else passed on that same vibe. So everyone had this vibe that, yes, I can do it. Yes, I want to do it. And the vibes were amazing. So this is a really, really important point for us, and pass the torch of believing.
One of the most beautiful things that came after Unstitched is that we officially met Rain Farsi, the beautiful Rain Farsi. And Rain Farsi is one of the beautiful, amazing minds behind the 2139 initiative in Jeddah. And she had this crazy idea to have a public art event. And we needed to make it happen in 1 week. Just wave a wand, Surya, and make it happen. You and Onqoud, sure, okay, Raneem, I love you, we'll make it happen. So it was a public arts event. And basically, we selected an area that was by Corniche. Everybody went there every Friday. So it wasn't about bringing people to you in a gallery. No, it was about going to them. And that was what was so special about this event. And thank you again, Raneem, for this. We went out to the people, and again, because it's Saudi Arabia, we were wondering how are they going to react? Are they going to get pissed off and leave? Or are they going to enjoy this and stay? And we were surprised to see that more people poured in. They kept coming, and they were leaving spots and coming to join that particular spot because of what was happening. And we realized that it was a very lovely surprise. And when you collaborate, you need to open this door and see what comes in. Because like that magical moment you see over here, this is what can happen. And if you bring community into this, they will want to be part of it. So make sure that community is part of what you do. Okay, I think we're going to skip this part. These are just some pictures from our own studio in Jeddah. Yeah, okay. So we're going to go straight to a project that we launched earlier this month, was it? Mm-hmm. Yes. And I'm going to pass to Yusuf to talk about it.
Okay. We're going to talk about Fuse. Fuse is our most recent initiative. It is something that was catalyzed essentially by you guys, by this talk, by Nuqat. So first I should say thank you everyone. Round of applause for you guys. This happened because of you guys. You guys made, sorry, I'm on the wrong side. You guys made Nuqat and the amazing organizers behind Nuqat, and they invited us, and we were like, okay, so we're going to do a talk about collaboration. It was like, we need to reflect. We've been working, and now is the time to reflect. We reflected and we were thinking about things, and we're like, why talk about collaboration when you can actually create a collaboration, create something for people to collaborate? So what happened is we created Fuse. And Fuse is essentially collaboration plus experimentation. And this is a series that we're going to be running throughout the year, one every quarter. So we're going to have 4 of these every year. And the first experiment is this experiment we just launched beginning of the month. So why experiment? Because we were thinking about collaboration, what collaboration is and what collaboration isn't, and we realized that no one has the answers. We don't know what's the right way to collaborate. We've got a couple of lessons. These lessons, some of them apply to us, and they might not apply to everyone. We hope they do, but they don't. So we're always thinking about not just collaboration, but also experiment, and learn. And this is the whole point behind Fuse. So this is a project that is open now, and we'd like you all to join in it. And what it is, the medium for this project is videos. So what happens is any one of you guys puts together a team, and you create an experimental video. You have to collaborate and experiment. Remember, an experimental video about acts of kindness and whatever that means to you. So what we did to launch this project is we went to the community, to the network of people we know, and we picked some early adopters to just get the ball starting. And we have 4 of them, and we're going to show you. We created this trailer, which is basically a trailer of clips from the different videos that they made, these different shorts that they made. And we're going to have them, inshallah. You can watch the actual shorts tomorrow, inshallah. Inshallah, they're going to be projected outside in the court area. Sorry, not projected. They're going to be on the screen. So what you're going to see now is a trailer. Okay, so can we roll the video, please? Okay, so, yeah. And lights, please, down. What happened? Lights down.
Lights down, please.
Challenges did you face in this experiment, and how did you overcome them?
Trying to stay awake,
not falling asleep after work, and actually completing this video we're speaking in.
without having any giggle fits.
Exactly.
Actually getting people together, putting up a team, and asking everyone to contribute, that was a bit of a challenge.
I wish we had more time, but in case we had more time, I know we did the last minute. So.
What important lessons did you learn that can benefit others who want to collaborate and experiment?
Keep all your stuff together on time.
Make sure your software is not expired. And please do not murder your friends when they move your camera while shooting a stop motion. Thank you.
Be kind.
Be kind.
Well, you're always waiting for that chance to go ahead and learn something.
Unity is strength.
Challenging myself to accept that I'm actually working with other people.
You need another hand to help you, you know.
You think collaboration can change our lives, and how?
That would be a yes.
Yes, it can definitely change our, world?
Lives.
Okay.
How can it change our lives? It proves that our own knowledge is not just ours, that we get to share our knowledge that belongs to the entire universe, basically.
And also our talents.
And help each other. And thank you.
Okay, so what you saw here was the trailer for Fuse 1, and we want you now to come and join us in this project. So this is a call out to you people. Go and collaborate. Let's start talking about collaboration and let us go and actually collaborate. So all the information is on our website. Go to onqoud.com. That's okay. Go to Onqoud, onqoud.com, and click on Fuse, and you'll find all the information. You'll find the brief and everything about how to share. The deadline is the 30th, the end of this month. So time is short, but remember, if time is short, then you can do it, because the longer the time, the more difficult it becomes. So again, thank you so much for
I want to ask you a question, okay? Since this is about collaboration and Fuse is about collaboration. The participants of the Fuse project say ضربت فيوزاتي. So I want to ask you, ضربت فيوزاتكم? Yes or no?
Better.
Yes or no? 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 Okay, can you explain a bit more about why we chose ضربت فيوزاتي?
Okay, ضربت فيوزاتي usually has a negative connotation. It's something bad. It's like, oh, I'm angry, I'm pissed off. We're using it here in the context, and maybe I didn't elaborate on Fuse and how the name came together. Fuse, what we love about it is it's a metaphor for two things. The fuse, حق الكهرباء, fuse that breaks when there's a power surge, and also fuse as in fission, when you fuse people's ideas and stuff. So when we say ضربت فيوزاتي, what we mean is we're breaking the cycle of what we're used to. That's what we mean by fuse. We're all used to living in these cycles and working, or some of us are used to living in these cycles and working solo by ourselves and not experimenting, doing the same thing over and over and over. And Fuse is an initiative here that, thanks to you, now exists, and it pushes this whole agenda of breaking that cycle and doing new things collaboratively. So thank you for that again.
طيب تحية كبيرة لعنقود، اديهم أكبر تحية من جد. Big salute.